baby, love me lights out. Full class sound in my heart. The beat goes on and on and on and on. That full clap, you make me feel good. Come on to me, come on to me now. Come on to me now.
Alright guys, so I didn't film an intro due to a lot of technical difficulties, so we're just going to jump on into this tutorial. So I'm going to prime my eyes with the Lorac Behind the Scenes Primer. Wow, that is a mouthful and a tongue twister. I've really been liking this primer lately. I don't know why. I don't know if like my eyelids or my skin changed and it's just adjusting to this primer well. I don't know what's going on, but I've actually been really liking it. And for my transition shade, I'm actually going to use MAC's single eyeshadow in soft brown, since this is like a very orangey kind of look, and I wanted to keep this, all the colors, very warm toned. I didn't want to really go with cool tone that much, so hence the soft brown. I mean, this eyeliner right here is kind of cool tone, but it's going under, so it's okay. So I'm just going to pop it on my lash line. I'm not putting it in the inner part of my lashes or in the inner part of my eyelid at all. I'm going to keep it and focus it on the outer part, and I'm going to smudge it in with like a smaller, more defined kind of brush, and just like I said, really focus it on the outer part. That's where it's most needed, I guess you could say, where the most definition would be. And then I'm using this pigment by Makeup Geek, and it's called Vegas Lights. I wanted an excuse to use this pigment, but I was so afraid to use it, and in this video I was like, you know what, I'm just going to set up a camera. If all else fails, all else fails then. I really wanted to try it. So I sprayed my brush with some Fix Plus and I dipped into the pigment, and I kind of put a card underneath to help minimize the fallout, and I just started packing this all over my lid, really focusing it more towards the outer part, just because I didn't want like bam orange in my inner corner, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I did there. And then I'm taking this shade right here, and this is from the Morphe palette, the Jaclyn Hill one. I know it's a limited edition and you can't really find it, but like I really don't have any orange eyeshadows, and in this really there was a lot of orange eyeshadows. Okay, so for this part, this is a very tedious step. Be very careful. I feel like this pigment tends to blend away very easily. I just kind of wanted to blend it out a little bit, make it not so harsh and like bam, it's there. But as I was blending, the colors were mixing and it kind of got a little, I don't know, muddy, I guess you could say, and then everything just, the pigment started to chip away, and I was like, okay, well, I guess we're gonna go with the flow. And then I just took a very clean blending brush, nothing on it, and I really blended it up because the orange went a little too high than I liked, and it was not looking good. So I'm just going to blend that out, and then I'm taking this shade right here, and this is like a orangey brown kind of shade, and I'm really going to focus this in my outer corner of my eye, and I'm going to blend it into the crease and down a little bit into the inner corner, but I'm really focusing it on the outer part because, like I said, that's where I want the most definition. That's where I want the main attention to be. And this color, it shows up a little bit more brown and a tad bit cool toned, but not much, so it really kind of helps even everything out in this whole look and everything like that. And I'm taking a different blending brush and going out and furthermore blending, because blending is key, especially with a look like this. And then, like I said, just make sure you blend. Be very careful because blending with this pigment is so tedious. So then I went back in with the pigment and I just kind of touched it up because, like I said, it kind of like, look at my other eyelid. It's no longer existent. So really got to go touch that up, and I'm just slightly blending out that pigment just a little bit so it's not as harsh. And then I'm taking my Anastasia Creme eyeliner, and I'm just going to line my upper lash line, and I'm going to extend it into a wing. Now when I was doing my other eye, it kind of like the wing turned out really bad, and I ended up shutting off the camera because I got really frustrated at this point, so you won't see me doing the wing on my other eye. But that's okay. I mean, you guys get the gist of how to do a wing. I do them in like every other tutorial. And then I'm just going to clean up the edges and all the fallout with a makeup remover wipe and just make everything cleaner so that we can go in with our foundation. So I'm using the Smashbox primer water for this, for my primer. And then I know, guys, I'm really white. We don't have to talk anymore about it. We'll leave it at that. But for foundation, I'm using my Makeup Forever HD foundation. So I'm just going to put that and blend it all over my skin. I'm going to go for a very full coverage face look because once you have eyes like this, you got to go. Like you guys know, I say this in every single video. If you're going to go dramatic, just go all out. I mean, come on. So I haven't self-tanned yet, so I'm extremely pale and I look sick, and I know, I got it, I understand. I need to put some self tanner on. But the camera was washing me out way more than I was. While I was editing this, wow, I cannot talk today, I was like, oh my gosh, I look white. So I was a little bit washed out. I promise you I'm not that white. Anyway, so for concealer, I'm using the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, and I'm just going to pop this under my eyes, around my nose, on any redness or blemishes I may have. And all my brushes were pretty much dirty, so I went for this brush, and this was a stippling brush, and I was like, okay, we'll see how this works. So, I mean, it was hard. This step did take a while because the brush was a little bit bigger for blending out concealer, but it did make it look very airbrushed and really pretty. So, don't know if I'm going to be using this brush anymore, but I liked the way the turnout was. And I'm taking the NYX, I don't even know what this, it's like the contour palette setting, I don't know. But I'm taking the yellow shade and like the pinkish shade, and I'm mixing them, and I'm just setting everywhere I put concealer. And then I'm going with the first orange shade that I first blended everything out with, putting that under my lash line and kind of blending it out just a little bit, not much, because I don't want like orange eyes. And then I'm taking my my MAC Power Eye Kohl Pencil in Feline, and I'm just going to tight line and line my waterlines just to kind of help make this look a little bit more dramatic and even everything out and make it look nicer.
Words can't describe the way that I feel when I look in her eyes, 'cause
And then I'm going back in the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm taking the two lightest shades and I'm mixing them together. I wanted a really nice frosty highlight, so I just kind of applied that to my brow bone. Oh, and by the way, my brows got cut off. I don't ask, I don't know. And then I'm going to use Fawn by Anastasia, the bronzer, and I'm just going to contour my face, well, my cheeks and like my temples. And then I'm going to go in, I don't know what the shade's called, but it's like right next to Fawn in the contour kit. It's a lighter shade, oh, not lighter, it's a more orangey shade. I just kind of like softened everything up with that bronzer, just so I wasn't so like warm tones on the eyes and bam, cool tone. Like it looked weird, so I had to warm it up just a little bit. And then I realized after editing this that I completely forgot blush. Like I did not do blush at all. And I was like, well, that's that. So for lips, I'm taking NYX's Butter Gloss and Creme Brulee because I wanted something very light and glossy and pretty to go along with this look. But anyway, that's the completed look. I hope you guys really like it. Please comment down below what you want to see next. Don't forget to thumbs up this video. Follow me on all my social media sites. And subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.